Hi, my friends and family. Welcome back to my show. My name's Trey Smith, and I'm here in the beautiful Santa Cruz Mountains, still barely for a minute at the end of a 20-year, 3-hour tour. And today my contribution is called God is Not an Administration. Mother Goddess dances freely, and of course this is dedicated to all the Trumpers and all of those obedient Bible thumpers who obey the Demiurgos and the Yahweh Collective, of course. There are no liars in the future ruling over us all. Sharp as a knife, the facts cut a hole in your plan to force everyone to fall. 2013, Agenda 2030 will fail, 'cause Lucifer has no respect at all. God is not an administration. Okay, Mother Goddess dances freely. Since the advent of patriarchal religions, and, of course, the related cults and the mystic traditions, even millions of years ago, in the time of Atlantis, probably not so much in Lemuria, during the Brotherhood of the Snakes, we've seen the rise of administrations. And what the anarchists call statism being the end result, of course, the worshiping of the god of the state who gets to mommy god of the state who takes care of all our needs. You break down the word administration phonetically, okay? And what does it spell out phonetically? Or advertisement, right? Menace or mens or ministrations, menstruation, ministerations, or admin is Trey Shuns. They are the admin I've shunned. Kidding. Look, the Biden administration, they are hierarchical social power structures, okay? Look at the Biden administration. They are social hierarchical power structures of groups of men who are tended by ads, that minister the rations of truth and the drip disclosure nowadays, while still slowly turning the temperature up in the pot, or in this case, the frog in the pot analogy, or in this case, injecting more nanotech bioweaponry in the sky and then the boosters, while humans sleep in an imposing sea of microwaves, leading to an Internet of Things, which is already starting to be up and running, where humans become, like I said, what's called Operation, look up Lockheed Martin's YouTube page, Operation Space Fence, where humans become cyborg slaves, and the 15-minute cities conveniently repurposed after climate change, laser weapons, engineered disasters, and dews wipe them out. Made into, they say ashes is the best soil. Made into ashes for soil for these sick prison planet colonies. Automaton villages. Isn't that clever? Only a heartless, powerful mind control artist like Lucifer could think of such shit. Lucifer's real life 3D dystopias in your face, like Front Street Santa Cruz going up in 1 year, to a much far worse degree, Lahaina, is of course much worse than Hollywood's version they put to for predictive programming to try to make you get ready for it subliminally. This idea for this video was partially inspired by, I'm reading G. Edward Griffin, perhaps the grandfather of this truther movement. He's in his 90s. He wrote The Creature from Jekyll Island. Check it out. The Red Pill University.org is where I found, I printed out his smaller book, and he's still residing here in California courageously, the book is called, on redpilluniversity.org, called The Chasm collectivism versus individualism, the issue behind all issues. Okay, one of the most popular, this is from his book, one of the most popular slogans of Marxism is, from each according to his ability, to each according to his need. That's the cornerstone of theoretical socialism, and it is a very appealing concept. A person hearing that slogan for the first time might say, "What's wrong with that? Isn't that the essence of charity and compassion toward those in need? What could possibly be wrong with giving according to your ability to others according to their need?" And the answer is, nothing is wrong with it as far as it goes, but it is an incomplete concept. The unanswered question is, how is this to be accomplished? Should it be freedom or through coercion? The individualist says, give it through free will. The collectivist says, not enough people respond unless they are forced. Okay. So the idea of needing administration is just not valid to the spiritually aware person, really. You realize how illegitimate of a concept this is. In 2020, we saw what strict obedience to administrations leads to, and in some ways to an even grosser level with the Biden administration. We got great censorship, attempted dictatorship, totalitarianism. It must be that, of course, administrations were an ancient form of governance stemming from the dark, predatorial, fearful races of antiquity. They're obviously trying to take over the planet right now. That came to be the war-loving Syrians controlling Anunnaki and bloodthirsty Draco reptilians, which have proven beyond doubt to be behind most, if not all, kingships and governments and political parties, or they'll get behind them if they can. And as soon as they do, the politicians, of course, and the gurus become full of narcissistic predator entities, NPE-possessed narcissistic psychopaths, including, of course, playing around with YouTube means you're having to be filtered through 165 NSA and CIA agents who work there, employees that might just see this video before you watch it or hide it, in my case. Yahweh, the Jehovah administration, and the Draco administration, yes, they're real. But fortunately for us, but not for them, we are not under their authority when we wake up. And that's the key here. As I've said, I don't really buy into the idea of angelic hierarchies that some people claim exist, yet there are levels of awareness and awakeness, right? The respectful side has no pyramid structure or administrations. It doesn't need that. The law of karma doesn't need anything else. It doesn't need some structure. She, or the Divine Mother Creator, the Creator, isn't ad-free or blank ad space. Women's tray love structure rather than admin's tray shun structure. She is a divine, amazing, timeless maiden mother, pure virgin goddess, creator, dancing free, giving us all many, many chances to dance through life in her divine arms. It's a wonderful gift, the present, if you're willing to receive and give it. And, of course, during the age of Kali Yuga, we had the rise of the dogma, all these bloodthirsty Syrian, Anunnaki, and Draco infused everything. And we had you got to know the archetype of Kali Ma is obviously, when you think about it, the dark side of creation's inversion of our Creator. Okay? The idea that the Creator would give everyone exactly what they need. Let me have this tent, but not kill me, but not have anything more than in the tent. This is the archetype of the Kali Ma. And of course, the government of this state of California, of this gravely beautiful cold water paradise of California, have designed their government administrations to mirror or mimic and holographically obey and copy and dance only in the template of the Luciferic, perverted, dark Lilith mother goddess Kali, with her trail of a necklace of skulls of people who crossed her, whose heads she cut off. And she lets me be free here, but, I'm not, there's probably, unless I move out of this town, in this situation, I'm only allowed to exist. Unless I completely change my structure, my thinking about Santa Cruz, then I'll have lots of ganja to heal with. I'll be able to exist in a tent. Yet, to create, to create and obey, those who obey, who participate in the structure of the government of Kali Ma, create and obey more sick, twisted, inverted sexual misery programming most of the time, and black magic spells, perhaps more than all other states combined. This is what we're having to deal with here in the second Bardo to reside in this region. Look at the Newsom administration's insane laws that have been made. This is why the people that love California, that are really courageous, are amazing spiritual warriors, risking their lives because they love this place. It's a cold water paradise. But look at the sick laws this administration has made. My friend Brian Smythe told me, as I was loading my friend's truck at the farmer's market, he says, "What's your Mars in?" He's an astrologer. I said, "Leo." He says, you shouldn't be doing this. You should be a spiritual teacher. And this was before the lockdown and before my accident and before, after I've uploaded over 300 videos, I emailed him and tried to send him one of my videos. And you know what? He was in the Sai Baba cult. And with his Mercury in Libra retrograde, like mine's retrograde, you know what? I've had no feedback from him since I sent him that video. So this video is partially inspired by him too, because he's a beautiful soul, but just being influenced by the need to stay in the structures of the old-fashioned and perverted administrations is keeping him from even or being afraid of the shadow work or not having time. He's almost 80. I mean, he's in a community in the Big Island. Bless his heart. I love that man. Anyways, so I've had no feedback from him, and I think it's because he has to believe in the Sai Baba administration. I never knew in the middleman structures of the world. I never knew how indifferent and superficial and possessed by their egos or NPEs or dogmas, or in other words, exoteric social controls most people I've talked to about spirituality are, until I began the show and noticed that most of them were chicken or didn't have time to tune in. I've lost touch with dozens of people who claim to be very spiritual with their NPE, dogma, social rules, and egos would not let them tune in to even once. I think most of them have been secretly controlled by Lucifer's insertions, infiltrations of spiritual bypassing, of course, and laziness. And you know what? I can, in their groups of spirituality, I can forgive them. I've been there. I can relate. I have empathy. I can forgive them. Yet, collectivism, statism, and socialism are the belief that God Almighty is in the government or in your social group or in your religious group. And guess what, folks? I'm a Gnostic, and I'm not going to ever back down on this fact. God is, groupthink is mostly always mind flunk. God is never in any fallen administration. We do have to get together and heal our false beliefs and let go of deference to the fake-ass junior gods and middlemen and dogma, deference to the powerful mind-controlled suggestions of these captured administrations. Perhaps they all are. And look within, for her pure love and truth is always there. Give thanks, my family, for the divine Mother Christ, the original creator of this amazing human experiment before the Syrian Anunnaki and Dracos and all the other ETs started tinkering with it, created us in peace, discernment, respect, and harmlessness, and the divine creative image. If you enjoyed this, make sure you click on the notification bell for more videos. Subscribe. Follow me on Odyssey if you want a deeper red pill. And let's make this a beautiful world as much as possible. Loving you, family.